Lagan Group, the UK's leading independent construction materials group, has today announced the acquisition of Lagan Group holdings for £455 million. Lagan, based in Belfast, is a leading Irish construction materials business operating in Northern Ireland and the Republic. The acquisition is the largest Breedon has made to date and creates an enlarged group that generated pro forma revenues of just over £900 million in 2017. Pat Ward, Breedon's chief executive, joins me here at the Stock Exchange to talk about this strategic acquisition. Pat, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Breedon has been a very successful buy and build story to date, but what was it that made you want to buy the Lagan Group?
The acquisition of the Lagan Group accomplishes several things for Breedon. It's an extension of our past policy or procedure of buy and build. What it does is it gives us a critical mass in day one. It gives us a critical mass in a market that's growing. Both markets, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, growing faster than the UK. It brings complementary products that overlap some of our businesses in the UK, but ultimately it gives us a business in Ireland, in the island of Ireland, which is sustainable in its own right, is a profitable business, but it's also a platform for further growth, be that organic or be it bolt-on acquisitions.
And £455 million, a big check to write. How are you paying for the business?
We'll finance this through a combination of debt and equity. Over the last period, we went on an equity raise of £170 million, and I'm delighted to say that in today's climate, we're very positively supported by our existing shareholders, and that's been the case over many years for Breedon, to the extent that the raise was oversubscribed, and we were able to move forward on that. So that was incredibly pleasing, and I think a testament to Breedon's performance over the years and the quality of the assets that we're buying within the Lagan Group.
So tell us about the Lagan Group. What's it got within the portfolio, and how does it fit with Breedon?
It fits tremendously well, and in many cases you would liken it to a mirror image of Breedon, or Breedon is a mirror image of Lagan. They're very distinct businesses. They run four separate businesses. They have a cement and products business, which essentially the major assets there are the cement plant, but they also have secondary assets in a ready-mix business in the north of Ireland, a ready-mix business in the south, a sand dredging business in Loughney just outside Belfast, a brick facility, which is the only clay brick facility on the island of Ireland, and several concrete products facilities which can use internal materials. That's a great business in its own right, supported by one of the most modern cement plants in Europe. And from our perspective, that's a great combination and a great fit with our own existing Hope cement business. Those businesses will be merged together under the leadership of Jude Lagan, who's the current MD of Lagan Cement. And for us, that's an easy win as far as putting them together, and the sum of both parts will be greater than the individual parts. The Welsh slate business, which is the only business on the mainland in a fixed location, will automatically roll up within our Breedon Southern division, and what we bring there right away is economies of scale and a national presence to that business. So again, the integration of that business is fairly simple from that perspective. And what that leaves us with is two distinct construction material businesses, both regional businesses, one in the north, one in the south. And those businesses are very like our own Breedon Northern business, a little smaller, but very much like that. They're vertically integrated, and those two businesses will be the businesses that give us a platform for growth, further growth in Ireland, along the same lines as the growth pattern has come for Breedon in the UK, and that will give us the opportunities to either invest organically or for bolt-on acquisitions throughout the island.
And of course the transaction will give you immediate and substantial scale in Ireland. What would you say about the outlook for the economies there?
The outlook for Ireland is very positive. The north itself is demonstrating forecasting growth ahead of the mainland UK, but it's particularly rosy in the southern part of Ireland, where forecasts of construction output are heading towards 28% over the next 3 years. So both those markets, very positive outlook, both very focused towards infrastructure and home building, which is perfect for the organisation that we're acquiring.
As Breedon gets larger, how is it that you preserve the culture that has made the group successful to date?
We've focused on that for the past several years, and that's a fundamental for us. It has to be a right fit for the individuals. The organisation has to be right. The assets have to be correct. And over the course of the last 2 or 3 years, We've been working closely with the Lagan Group. White Mountain, which is their trading name for the Northern Irish business, is our joint venture partner on AWPR in Aberdeen. So we've worked up close and personal with their organisation over the last 2 years, and we've got close and had a decent working personal relationship with the heads of their business, and we know that they'll be a good fit for our organisation. But as important, the Lagan individuals will know Breedon's a good fit for those individuals and their other colleagues within the Lagan organisation to join the group.
Well, Pat Ward, Chief Executive of Breedon, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you.